Welcome back, friends. As you could probably tell by the intro of this video, we had to take a little trip this week without the truck and trailer, and that trip pertains to the topic of this video. Right now, there are 142 million housing units in the United States alone, and if you live in one of those, it's a pretty straightforward process to get your mail and to pay your taxes. However, if you are full-time on the road, the process of something that should be so easy is actually quite convoluted. We all have bills to pay, we all should be voting, and everyone who's full-time on the road needs to have a valid driver's license. So I want to address how we are going about establishing ourselves as full-time residents in a state while living full-time in our cargo trailer conversion. The most simple and straightforward way is to not sell your house. But then you have to have someone who's collecting your mail and keeping up with your home. So that's not always very easy. The next option is to use a friend or family's address as your permanent residence. And that's a great option. It's how we got started. And to do that, you're going to need 1 or 2 utility bills in your name. And depending on the company that you're working with to have that happen, it can be a straightforward process or it can be a pain in the butt. And for us, it ended up being a pain in the butt. However, we did end up getting it accomplished eventually. The main drawback to using a friend or family's address, though, is you're now reliant on that person to get your mail, get you your bills on time, and to continue doing that indefinitely for however long that you're on the road full-time. And that can cause conflict in a relationship where there might not have been any conflict. And that's not fun or fair for anyone, especially when it's you putting the stressors on them in the situation. But this is where a mail service comes in, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a business or organization that provides you with an actual address that you can get mail to, and they will, depending on how much you pay, send it to you when you request. They'll scan it, they'll email it to you, so you can do everything in a very timely manner without putting stresses on other people and relationships that you didn't need to. Now, there are at least 2 states that have services like this that do it for full-time RVers, and that would be Florida and Texas. I'm not sure if South Dakota does. Someone can let me know in the comments if they actually do. We didn't look into it. And we chose to go with Florida. And there's 3 reasons why we chose to go with Florida. 1 was no state income tax. 2 was no state tax on investment income. And 3 was Florida's marketplace for healthcare has plans that let us actually use our healthcare out of network, i.e. out of state. And that's very beneficial when traveling full-time when you don't have a government or an employee-sponsored healthcare program. And which state you choose to go with if you're going down this path is highly dependent on your situation. And you have to also keep in mind that you will need to travel to that state in order to establish your residency, your domicile in that state. So that might be a consideration as well. Now, we had intended on filming this whole video in Florida and showing you step by step the process that we were going through, but there was a little bit of a hiccup this week. So yeah, Hurricane Nicole. We had planned to tent camp on a beach in Florida right there. And we've done it before in Hawaii. It was absolutely beautiful. We love tent camping on the beach. And then we saw that a week out is gonna rain. So we canceled that and scheduled an Airbnb. And then 3 hours before we're supposed to leave on a red eye, we get notification that all of our appointments for the day after that was canceled. So we had intended to go in, have a relaxing day, chill, and then the next day do all of our appointments, and all those were canceled because that's when the hurricane was going to hit. We had no choice but to go to the airport and see if the airline could help us out, and Jenny at Frontier Airlines was fabulous and got us on a direct flight that was quicker, and we were able to get in and actually go bing, bing, bing the same day right before the hurricane hit to get all of our appointments done. So I want to take the rest of this video to go through what you need to bring with you when you go to Florida RMV, or as they call it, tax collector, in order to get this process going smoothly. Now, we had prepped for this months in advance, and it's maybe not quite as complicated as we thought it was, but when you're not familiar with any of this and putting it together yourself, it can be quite complicated. So there's 8 things that we needed to bring with us. Number 1 was we needed to bring the welcome document that we got from the mail service provider and the insurance binder that they gave us. So we used St. Brennan Isle, I believe it was, in Green Cove Spring, Florida. And they do charge a fee, like I said before. But you know what doesn't charge a fee? Supporting us. All you need to do is go down below and hit that subscribe and like button, and we thank you for your kindness. It's all free to you. Number 2 is you had to bring 2 forms of identification. So we brought our old Massachusetts driver's license, which was still valid, and passports. And then we had to bring our social security card. That would be number 3. Number 4, this concerns your vehicles. So you need to have your vehicles and your trailer or RV already insured in Florida and have proof of insurance. So we had done that for our truck and our cargo trailer already. And then number 5 is you need to have the titles for both of those vehicles so that Florida can convert them to a Florida title. And number 6 here, this was specific to us. And because we flew and we didn't actually drive the vehicles there, you have to have your VIN verified. Now the RMV in Florida will go out and verify it if it's nice outside for you, but that wasn't an option for us because we flew. So we had to have a law enforcement officer verify the VIN for us on both those vehicles. And just called the local police department. They were more than happy to help us out and get that done for us. Number 7 is bring a debit card and pay with debit or cash, because Florida charges, I believe it's a 2.5% fee on credit cards. We didn't do that, so we just had to pay the fee. And then number 8, and this may or may not apply to you, is we also did a declaration of domicile with the court recorder, which is apart from the RMV. Ours was fortunate, it's just on the same building complex, so we just walked over and did it. And the reason that we did that is because we used to live in Massachusetts. So our old home state will try everything they can to get taxes from us, and we need to prove to them that we no longer reside there at all. And this is one way of being able to prove that. And after you've done all of this, you are now legally able to full-time RV and have a permanent address. You can register to vote, and you can properly pay your taxes, all while not destroying any relationships in the process. All right, folks, so if any of you have done this process before, whether in Florida in a different county or at a different time, let us know. Or if you've done this in a different state, let us know down below, because this all helps out everyone else who's watching this video who has these same questions. And if there's something I said that you have a question about or something I missed, let me know down below and I'll do my best to try to answer that. And also just a reminder that it is free for you to support us. Just click that subscribe and like, and that'd be a lot of kindness that you could show us that we'd much appreciate. And until next week, take it easy.